Hello, I'm Luke Neller and welcome to Best Replays of the Week. Before we begin, you might see some Russian letters this episode, but don't worry, these are international replays and you can check them out in the description below. In this episode we have a steel wall with the mighty mouse, a Top Gun granting mercy kills, and a defender coming down to the wire. Let's roll! We'll start with the heaviest wall of steel ever to exist, as Hicks69 from the European region takes a mouse onto Redshire. Hicks heads east, stopping to pose for pictures next to another mouse. It looks like a sizable enemy force up ahead. Better take cover. Our steel wall starts softening them up, but they destroy all friendly tanks quicker. Even the other mouse is destroyed terrifyingly fast. And then it's just Hicks. It's game over, man, game over! The enemies surge forward, but with Hicks now in charge, this steel wall will hold and starts cutting them down. Some of the firestorm flies above the mouse, targeting allies who are providing fire support. Every gun turns on the mouse. Hicks picks off a charging WZ and countercharges a foolish ST-1. The ST-1 keeps pressing the attack, but Hicks has time to pick off an FV before giving it any attention. The Soviet Heavy is dangerous and powerful, but next to a mouse it looks like a toy. Hicks continues to block its fire and focuses on taking out an E-100. Okay, it's time to teach the ST-1 a lesson. The opponent doesn't seem to know what to do. He can think about it back at the garage. An LTTB zooms in to finish the last opponent, whilst the mouse trundles forward. Only 2 enemies left on the map, and there's the E4. Our steel wall gets a solid hit from long range and proceeds to hide as the LTTB continues to capture. It looks like a capture victory with it at 86%. Time to relax. But wait, the Object 140 comes flying out of nowhere. Hicks grabs at the controls and flings a shot in hope of a kill, but the shot bounces and the object gets the reset from 97%. Oops. Well, there's no mistake on the second shot as the object explodes. The E4 wins its duel in the distance, so Hicks parks the mouse in the capture circle rather than heading out to challenge the TD directly. The capture ticks on, and the steel wall is ready to offer fire support. The bar reaches 100 and the last enemy goes down. Double victory! Solid tanking from the mighty mouse. As the second mouse demonstrated, the tank is far from invulnerable. It takes good angling of the hull and turret to make it shine. Well played, Hicks69. I would have just nuked the place from orbit, just to be sure. Staying on the European servers, we have a game from Cookie, who drives a Constructa T-34-100 on fjords. This Czechoslovakian variant of the T-34-85 has excellent firepower, but it is distinctly mediocre in both mobility and protection. Cookie begins by punching a hole into a T-1 Heavy, then pushing forward and almost one-shotting a Chaffee. The T-34-100 takes the vanguard position, weakening enemies and letting others finish them off. The Allies are slow in taking out the Panzer T-25 and it becomes the first personal kill. Opponents are advancing on the southern road, but Cookie is on the case. The method is the same as before and very effective. Dueling with the T-25-2 goes poorly. The tank isn't well suited for this, and unlucky RNG doesn't help. The VK is a good target, but there's no way to stop it from getting away. The second VK gets in a free shot, and this medium can't make it up that slope. They score another hit, but this time Cookie manages to get a return in. Allies finish off the VK, so Cookie celebrates by taking out the other one. The Tiger P takes out an ally, and as Cookie goes for it, it attacks and kills the last one as well. A Confederate isn't usually called upon to carry the game, but now everything depends on Cookie. Amusingly, the Tiger has gotten itself stuck killing the last ally. After the easy kill, they only have 2. The remaining opponents are bottom tier, but they are both quite dangerous. The KV Sport comes into view. Cookie fires and misses, and the enemy's return shot takes out a track. Our Confederate hides the tank's vulnerable hull behind our smoking hulk and starts working on the opposing heavy. The KV retreats and Cookie gives chase. Mind you, the tank is almost out of ammo, with just a single HE round left after the kill. Yikes, that was way too close. This tank wouldn't have survived a direct hit. Cookie has a good idea about the SPG's location. It must be ready for a shotgun attempt, but the Confederate beats it to the punch. GG. That turned into a rarely seen Confederate carry. Besides finishing the game alone, Cookie dished out almost as much damage as the rest of the team combined, hitting practically every opponent. The following Top Gun game comes from the Asian region, where Neko Miku heads over to Redshire to break some heads. Righty-ho. The tool of destruction is a T-44-100R, which lands in the middle tier. Miku looks around for a while before picking out a T-49. It takes a while to finish, but a second kill follows almost immediately. Trading shots with the distant Panther results in engine damage. Did the shot even hit? Okay, looks like it did. And soon the German kitty becomes kill number 3. A Tiger scratches the track and gets Neko Miku's attention. A hail of shells tears it apart, with our Top Gun claiming the kill. A running battle with an AMX 3090 ends in a ram, worthy of an action movie. The Batchat SPG hurries into cover after the first hit, but it doesn't quite manage to hide its turret. That's kill number 6. This M103 is badly damaged, so Neko Miku puts it out of its misery. The Borsig is clearly suffering as well. It's a kindness to end this run. There are 2 enemies left, but which one needs to go first? Neko Miku approaches the IS-2 cautiously and commits to the kill once it's been weakened. It's just the E-50 now, but Neko doesn't want to risk crossing the open ground. Maybe this Hulk will work as a shield. Hey, it works! The opponent never gets to fire another shot, as Neko Miku and an SPG's weapons sing it to death. 10 kills. Interesting stats, as 4,400 is very low damage for 10 kills. Cautiously finishing off wounded opponents is appropriate for Neko Miku, of course, as cats are experts in hunting without getting hurt. Upwards and onwards, our brothers in arms hail from the American region and they'll take on the opposition at Pilsen. Suspicious Pineapple has brought an Object 430 while Super Scrubs drives an Object 907. Don't you just love these descriptive player names? The platoon heads east, then pushes south side by side. A Scorpion G is encountered and quickly dealt with. Scrubs puts a shell into an ST-1 before both objects pull back into better positions. The solid frontal armor of the 430 serves Pineapple well as the platoon focuses down a T-28. Pineapple leaves Scrubs holding the fort and moves to support the battle raging near the base. And here we get a good look at how impressive the Russian medium tank's rate of fire is. The damage mounts up, with Pineapple claiming a second kill. And then a third. Nobody else is in position to stop the capture, so the job falls on the 430. Pineapple does some fancy driving to angle the hull, but this time the armor fails. The T-34 knows how to sidescrape as well, and the combatants trade ineffective shots. Pineapple pushes forward, only to get tracked again by a second opponent. Scrubs joins the fight, finishing off the T-34, and the tracking Scorpion doesn't get to fire another shot. There are more enemies coming. Scrubs takes position to guard the base, while Pineapple swings wide to make sure nobody gets to the SPG. Scrubs puts up a good fight, but the 907 is taking a lot of damage. The 430 races back and helps to put down an IS-4. Sadly, there has been too much damage, and the 907 blows up before Pineapple can properly get back. Suspicious Pineapple is now without their teammate, but there's no time to mourn as an E5 is threatening the Arty. The object's armor holds up once again, and Pineapple picks up a Top Gun. The Heavy's tank destroyer sibling is lurking near the capture circle, together with an IS-3. Suddenly, an SPG charges out, but gets blown up by an allied one. Good job, Arty! The IS-3 charges as well, and lands a nasty hit before going down. Any chances of surviving a shell from that E4 are now gone. The Arty attempts a shotgun charge, but dies without causing damage. Both machines are one shot from death, so the next good hit will decide the winner. There's no hurry, and Pineapple has time to choose the approach carefully. The opponent keeps moving, and it makes the first heat round miss. Pineapple's position is revealed, but the second shot ends the game before the E4 has time to return fire. Nice work, you two. Splitting up may have been a mistake, but then perfect games can be boring to watch. We got some solo heroics out of it as well. And now let's move back to the EU servers for our Defender finale. Emilius Dracula joins the battle for Himmelsdorf in a Soviet T-10 heavy tank. It's more of a super medium than a true heavy, and there are a lot of tier 10 opponents out there. Dracula makes use of the tank's mobility and sprints towards the banana. It's crucially important to keep control of this alley. A few good shots are enough to discourage the tier 10 heavies from entering. Allies turn up and Dracula pulls back from the front line. An American heavy pushes forward and takes a lot of effort to put down. There's still an E100 here, but having a couple of hardy allies make it easy to deal with. The Defender's spider senses tingle and the T-10 heads for the home base. There's a few seconds to prepare before the challengers appear. The first shots bounce on both sides, but Dracula's follow-up reduces the odds to 4 versus 7. The second rival tries his luck again and meets the same fate. The third one is a Grow 15, so it mustn't do damage. The Defender peeks out, fires, and takes the Grill's shot on the track. Magnificent! The TD isn't dead, however, nor is it alone. The Defender tries to be ready for anything, but gets surprised by an E75. Dracula returns the shot, and an ally deals with a threatening E50M. The other remaining ally dies in the distance, and the E75 gets wrecked. The Defender rolls out to finish the grill, this time surviving more with luck than skill. A Batchat makes his attack run, but the track is repaired just in time. The opponent tries again, and Dracula just picks it off with a shot. The last ally is dead as well, and there's an enemy in the circle. Dracula sets up another flawless side scrape, backs into view, and catches the Jagdpanzer looking the wrong way. Goodbye, thanks for playing. Mano a mano then, Signor Waffenträger. The opponent accepts the duel,